Hello everyone, this is EB the Sponge Reviewer here with another discussion video, and today I'm here to discuss about, I don't know, like, possible, spin-off shows that, Nickelodeon can tackle with the SpongeBob characters, and yeah, so currently the Patrick Star Show is the only current running spin-off show that is airing right now that is based off of another character in the show, while Camp Coral had already ended with season 2. Now with Camp Coral, that series was most of a spin-off of the main SpongeBob series in a way, because I mean the Patrick Star Show is a spin-off to the main series as well, but I think the Patrick Star Show does its own thing, unlike Camp Coral, where that show focuses on Patrick and his family, and the main characters such as SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs, Squidward aren't present in every single episode, which I do quite like. Which I do like about the Patrick Star Show is that it does do its own thing and not having to squeeze in SpongeBob into everything, because they know they can center around a show with just Patrick. And I do like the Patrick Star Show. I think it's a really good series, and they do have some of its good moments. And I'm here to talk about, what if they made other spin-off shows off of the other characters instead of like movies, like what they're doing on Netflix with Saving Bikini Bottom and the upcoming Plankton movie, which sadly had been leaked earlier. Well, not earlier this year, but around the summertime. But yeah. So my first character is with Squidward Tentacles, and I think for a Squidward show, I think they should probably do a show about him. I don't know, maybe about an art show or a music show where the episodes are centered around Squidward teaching us about music. Like maybe the show takes place at a music school where Squidward is the teacher, and his students are maybe like cephalopods, or maybe like young adult or teenage fish characters attending at Squidward's school, where Squidward teaches his students about music or art. I think that'll be a fun series with Squidward, centered around music. So, So the next character I have in mind is Mr. Krabs, and for a Mr. Krabs based series, this might be rather difficult, but maybe his series will be based around the Navy, or yeah, I think that'll be a really good show. I think Mr. Krabs' spin-off show should be about his Navy days, like he becomes like a sailor, and maybe the series is called the Shipwreck Adventures of Eugene H. Krabs or something like that, where it's about Mr. Krabs and his Navy days, going around the ocean and battling sea monsters and stuff like that. I think that'll be a really cool series. And for a Sandy Cheek series, maybe it can be about, I don't know, like science or her country culture. Or, yeah, they can probably do a spin-off show based around Sandy and her family, but I know that'll be similar to the Patrick Star Show, but maybe it's a little bit different than the Patrick Star Show. Like for example, like, instead of bringing in other SpongeBob characters, just have the show centered around Sandy and her family, and not bring in other characters or anything like that. Or maybe it can be centered around her family, or they can actually make other squirrel characters, like make original characters that are around Sandy's species, like squirrels or chipmunks or something like that. And the whole show is centered around squirrels and chipmunks instead of the usual sea creatures like sea stars, sea sponges, crabs, cephalopods, orcas, and all that. And yeah, so yeah. And the last character I have in mind is Plankton. And I'm not entirely sure what a Plankton spinoff show will be like. Maybe it's about Plankton going around the world doing evil things. Like, maybe it's around Plankton and Karen, and Plankton goes around to different parts of the world trying to do all these evil things, but it turns out to be a slop because he's bad at ruling the world. And, yeah, so that's pretty much all I have for ideas for other spin-off shows that they could do for Nickelodeon, and not like spin-off movies, because I'm not entirely sure if we're going to get another spin-off show, and I think the Patrick Star Show might be the only current one, but we just have to wait and see on that, because I can guarantee you that in 2025, they're going to greenlight a season 16 for the main SpongeBob series, which is obviously going to be season 15, because season 15 is the second half of season 14. So when season 16 does get greenlit, those are going to be the season 15 episodes, obviously. So yeah, those are my ideas for possible SpongeBob spin-off shows, alongside the Patrick Star Show and Camp Coral. If you agree with my opinions of this video, do let me know in the comments below. And if you have ideas for spin-off shows, what would you like to see from the other characters in SpongeBob? So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with more videos.